God bless us all. It's October 28th, almost Halloween. This is Stan Becker reporting from Hunter Biden open border, artificially hypergentrified Silicon Needle Beach. Rainbow reset. Now, I understand a lot of people want to vote for Traci because this population's been intimidated. They're crying for law enforcement. And that's what the private developers who funded her with hundreds of thousands of dollars, how she came out of the absolute blue, another poverty pimp lawyer with absolutely no experience. Now here she is on Horizon Avenue, but there's 15 Horizon Apartments LLC. The most here. Let's look at what the neighbors had to do. None of this was here when this project went through. The Argonaut promoted it, Venice promoted it endlessly. Free Venice Beachhead, Eric Alberg, Radio Venice TV, Westminster Plaza, approved Hotel Irwin. Sexual predators on youth, artists. There's Horizon Apartments. You know, Lawrence Fishburne's cousin had that one of those apartments. I guess those millionaires really needed a Section 8 poverty pimp apartment. Daryl's jumped to his death. Susan and Janet sexually assaulted. Where's Tracy Park? There was children living here next door. They even put a block on the side window. You know, this was a neighborhood. Crack House Jack Hoffman, the broker for Horizon Apartments LLC, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That criminal fraud, 30 seconds from here. Hotel felon Carl Lambert, who sold this building to suicide cluster Steve Clare. Hollywood Community Housing Corporation also, because Jamie Page, Westside Current real estate blogger, isn't going to tell you the truth about the origin of the expansion of these private developer tax-exempt real estate investment equity and real properties, and some of the most expensive real estate in the world, in the universe. How many tens of thousands to evict me over the course of months after a bludgeoning and a concussion? Medical treatments and symptoms I'm still dealing with that are extremely serious, that affect several systems from a bludgeoning and a concussion. The hard left associated Betsedek, Basta lawyers, they're all in Drughouse Becky Dennison's pocket, just like Traci Park. Just like Traci Pimp Park, private developer candidate. Now she's playing on your fear, you know, because you got the choice between cancer and polio. You got psychopathic Ed Buck, Mengele-like torture murderer, right by Steve Clare's Hollywood Community Housing Corporation, which was, like Venice Community Housing Corporation and Venice Neighborhood Council rubber stamp, and all these real estate blog freebies that keep on putting this through. Jamie Page is going to call Hotel Irwin's Mark Sokol stunning artful vision when he steals more sidewalks than the homeless encampments and more parking spots. Because these multimillionaires on these three streets, we don't blame you. We understand the rest of the neighborhood hasn't been beaten to death by these perverts. Crack House Jack Hoffman, Hotel felon Carl Lambert, Tom the Rapist sign on the Westminster Plaza sign. How appropriate, along with Vinnie Cracchiano and Eric Alberg, Radio Venice, censorship Nazi artist trying to get Carl Lambert a liquor license. LaFoy Johnson, how much was paid to him? Stabbed in the chest. Aquila Fleming's staff member. All protective services. So was a Clare Stevens. Gee, that sounds a lot like Steve Clare. I mean, these pigs have no end of arrogance. After the double suicide that started things off, and Linda Lux, Venice Neighborhood Council, lied about it. That's the old Soldater sewer. Now you've got the same people, the same Carol Sobel, Esquire, poverty pimp, race baiting, cop hate spewing lawyers, and that's Traci Park's walking around with Lieutenant Ensley and Chief Moore's poverty pimp cops. We support her. United Firefighters, oh, we support Traci Park, okay? Well, let's look at the stats. 15 Horizon apartments. How many helicopters? How many canine units? That's the Carl Lambert building. Felon Carl Lambert building. That's Venice V Hotel, Rapedorf. This alley. This crime. How many ambulances? How many firefighters? How many hundreds of individual LAPD officers deployed right here? How many canine units? How many helicopters? How many coroner's vans? Traci Park. How many administrators like Bridget Bell and Maxwell Harris? Criminals tossed. Stacy Burmaster, criminals tossed. The scene of so much trauma. Leslie, Emily, Popcorn, LaFoy, Daryl, Christopher, Keith, African American and gay deaths. And just people who don't have any convenient identifiers of minorities, they're dead too. And raped. And stalked. And it's recent. They'll tell you it's attrition and they've cleaned things up. We helped a bunch of LAPD officers, and I do support the rank and file LAPD. When I go off against Chief Moore's cops, that's because Carl Lambert and Crackhouse Jack Hoffman control those cops. They're poverty pimp cops, and we've got the proof, yet I'm in a car for 3 years. I'll tell you about my personal story because I'm still suffering some serious injuries, and I try to put it together. Enough to get in the studio for a few hours once in a blue moon, ASO's Nashville tracks, and it's amazing. We've got 600,000 views in 2 songs, and they keep on getting reported by millionaires. Zuckerberg's FBI keeps on yanking me. Now, hard coordinated left in Venice. Sonny Bach. Sonny Bach Art Crawl. She knew about the sexual assaults. My car's been broken into. Been beaten by Venice Neighborhood Council, Waterboy Will Hawkins. A sneak attack, of course, because these people are cowards. Just like Crackhouse Jack Hoffman and Carl Lambert. You should see them close to close.